Crunching the massive volume of data brought out many interesting findings, some confirming known trends and others challenging conventional wisdom.
One of the top findings is that
what people used to say, that 50% of the people had never used a phone,
was completely, dismantled, that argument.
When it comes to using phones, people at the bottom of the pyramid are not very different from anyone else.
So we found that access to telephony was far higher than what was told to us. But we also found that ownership was a very much lesser number. Ownerships were in the 20s and access was in the 90s. We also found that across the board, that people valued that access in terms of efficiencies, in terms of economic benefits, in terms of sense of security, and so on.
And contrary to popular belief, the survey found that men and women use phones pretty much the same way.
Our research has actually shown that at the bottom of the pyramid in these 5 countries, there are almost no differences between men and women, except in the case of Pakistan, where you have the cultural factors playing in.
The survey probed what mattered most to people who already owned and used a phone.
Mostly, it's about keeping in touch. People use the phone to maintain their relationships. And this was seen in all 5 countries. Males, females, rural, urban. It was a common feature. Among phone owners, we asked them to what extent having access to a phone has impacted various aspects of their lives. One of them was the ability to communicate in an emergency. And that was the highest scoring aspect.
இப்படித்த நமக்கு வேறு வேலைங்களோட கட்டாயம் ஒரு கையில் ஒரு ஃபோன் ஒன்று இருக்கிறது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். என்னன்னு கேட்டால் கட்டாயம் நான் என்ன பிரச்சனை இருந்தாலும் கட்டாயம் ஒரு ஃபோன் ஒன்று முக்கியம்தான். ஏன்னா வீட்டோட ஆட்களோட பேசிக்கிறதுக்கு மகன் ஸ்கூலுக்கு போகல என்ன பிரச்சனை வீடு வந்து சேரக்குள்ள என்ன வந்தால் அதனால ஒரு கட்டாயம் ஒரு மனுஷனுக்கு அத்தியாவசிய பொருள் தான் ஃபோன்.
Dahil itong cellphone ay isa sa mahalagang gamit namin. Nagkakaroon kami ng komunikasyon dahil nga ang aking mga anak ay wala lahat. Sa pamamagitan ng cellphone, nalalaman namin ang bawat isa ang namin, sitwasyon ng aming buhay kahit sila'y malalayo.
The survey highlighted various strategies people use to keep their phone bills low.
I was surprised by some of the strategies that people used. For instance, I had never thought that so many people used, for instance, the phenomena that we call ring cut. You make a phone call, but before the person answers, you disconnect.
In some economies, mobile phone users are heavily into text messaging or SMS. The Philippines is the best example.
Kalimitan, text ang ginagamit ko. Halos araw-araw may text ako. Lalo na pag yung mga anak ko medyo nadidelayed ang tawag, nagte-text agad ako. Kalimitan sa mga anak ko ginagamit, yung mga nasa ibang bansa.
Sa isang linggo, ang pagtawag ko siguro isa lang. Pero yung sa text, halos araw-araw, mga mayat maya pa nga. Pag ganun.
The survey's findings are a veritable treasure trove for telecom operators and regulators. Some operators have been quick to grasp their practical value.
So while the company attacks the affordability angle, removes entry barriers, throws open the doors in an inclusive manner, you still need to approach the market from a very micro angle, look at niche behaviors, niche segments, etc., in order to fine-tune your strategy. And this is where Learnasia came in. So our recently announced Easy Buddy system, which is a mobile payphone. It's a payphone service which resides on a standard mobile phone, provides employment to rural youth, and also latches on very comfortably to our overall electronic distribution network. So this idea was seeded from the findings of Learn Asia's research on shared access. So broadly speaking, I think much of the macro behavior and macro potential of the bottom of the pyramid we did possess, but we used Learn Asia to really drill down, and with those learnings we are able to further adapt our technologies to meet the aspirations of this market.
Affordability remains the biggest obstacle to phone ownership at the bottom of the pyramid.
So there's a lot of people, even at the bottom of the pyramid, who plan to get their own phone within the next 2 years or so. And if affordability issues are tackled, there can be a whole lot more people getting connected.
Learn Asia research has highlighted a communication revolution happening in Asia's emerging markets. Already, tens of millions of Asians at the bottom of the pyramid are connected and chatting away. And this is only a beginning.